Yo, 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 what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. Check this out. Someone asked me, about the legendary breeders, I guess, is if we would call this. And why sometimes I be on their necks and I tell them they're full of shit. And all those good things that I do. Well, check it out. This is what I say. If you are, and y'all will hear the helicopter in the background sometimes, I didn't get in any trouble anymore. Where the kids are at right now, well, where we all are at is, it's a, what are those things when they take the tours, the helicopter tours or whatever, so that thing is not too far behind. Anyway, I'm just letting y'all know they ain't looking for me again. But this is what I say about breeders, man. That's like the biggest fictional nonsense ever. You can get the knowledge from a breeder. Like some of the people who have bought dogs from me, especially when I'm on point and I'm trying to get back on point and stay in touch with everybody now. But I line their programs up. I can tell them everything, the ins and outs. This dog's hip issues, this dog's allergies, this breeding that for whatever didn't click and created some monsters. This breeding that did click and gave you this. This way to add bone, this way to add head, this way to add rear angulation, the do's and the don'ts of my blood. I can do that because, and I'm not bragging, but I'm a massive studier, people who have my blood, I have bought dogs back from them after I've seen them do things correctly, or use one of their dogs when I've seen them do things correctly. I've studied their programs also to see what other people do with my blood, not to mention my 20 plus years in my blood. It's just a constant study. I feel like when you are a breeder, you're coach slash quarterback in a football reference of what you're doing. So you have to know the ins and outs of your program. I was about to say company, but your program, left and right. You have to know the ins and outs of all these things. It's a must, And why I call bullshit so many times with the breeders that exist today is because they sort of hide information, and not sort of, they hide a lot of information. How often have you talked to or heard of breeders that will actually come out and tell you, look, don't breed these two dogs, or don't breed this dog because this happens? Or, when I bred this, I ended up with some pretty much like train wreck type of dogs. Or when I bred too much this way, I lost size. Or when I bred too much this way, I might have tapped into a gigantism gene where the dogs just were very, very much oversized. Or that, this combination created heart murmurs, and this dog in the pedigree had a heart murmur, and I bred away from it, so make sure that you don't do this or do that. See, when somebody claims to have a program, they should be able to put you on, and when I mean put you on is, well, don't just say I'm selling you a breeding pair. Stand by that shit. If I sell someone a breeding pair of dogs, they are producing the same quality of dogs that I'm producing. It's a breeding pair. It's something that I believe in. It's something that I would have set up inside my own program to do. So with that being said, and I know a lot of y'all gonna ask about the shirt because y'all see all these heads. This is actually a famous picture of two of my favorite people, Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. Love them to death, man. If you say have a hero, those would be my heroes. Of course with a couple other guys like MLK, and the list goes on. But starting off right at the top with Ali and Malcolm, them is a blessing. But to continue, and I just said that because someone was just pointing at my shirt. But as a breeder, you're not in competition with the people that you're selling dogs to. You're truly in a situation to where you should be putting yourself and the people that you have given dogs to, that we go forward together. So like, I don't mind if I got two badass dogs. Look, I don't own 50 acres. I'm working on 20, but I don't own 50. And when I get, and I don't have the 20 yet. So, I can't keep as many dogs as I like. So even when I do these breedings and I set up people with different breedings, I am very interested in them continuing in a direction that's going to be successful, because you know why? It's self-fulfilling in a lot of ways, because not only do I want my blood to continue to go further and closer towards the line, but I would also like to have the ability to you know, maybe tap back in. You do these breedings that maybe I couldn't do, I tap back in and get something from you, and you know, bring it back around and, you know, do something better with it. That's the competitive nature of it. But outside of that, the reality is that you know, a lot of the breeders right now are just distributing puppies and distributing puppies and distributing puppies and claiming their profits. But the truth of the matter is they don't set a program. You know, the different bloodlines that I have used in the past, and I don't mind saying them. My favorite bloodlines, and I say bloodlines just to do what I do, but my favorite bloodlines that I would love to use and that I am currently working on using outside of what's considered to be my blood, D-line Hall of Fame blood, would be Suarez bulls. I love, well, for one, Marco's a great guy, but I've always loved Paco. Paco was one of my first pocket loves in this game. You know, not only was he a rival, you know, as him and Hallie champed out literally a couple hours apart, but to become the first two dogs to ever champ out in this breed's history. But he was also a dog that, you know, I picked him in his first show. You know, I loved Paco. I loved what he produced later. I loved the fact that he never loses conformation. You know, his dogs are beautiful with the conformation, beautiful with the bone, beautiful with the chest. You know, there are little things that you need to know about the blood that maybe myself or Marco or somebody else who has studied the blood can tell you about. Of course, Marco can tell you up and down, and I studied it a ton, so I can tell you a lot about the Paco strand. But it's really the best show strand as far as pocket dogs that I can tap into. Now, outside of those dogs, when I talk, y'all know I love Carlton Pratt's dogs, and you know, that's the King Kamali blood and the King Kamali strand. You know, all same reason. They give you all of the bully characteristics. They're undoubtedly American bullies, but they have great show presence, and they don't lose anything as far as conformation. And these are all edge dogs, so they will blend with my blood well, and I've seen the results. Third on my list, and probably last on my list of the dogs that I want to incorporate, would be definitely my good friend Oscar Gomez's dogs over there with Pumbaa, you know, Punisher. He's got some top-notch stuff over there that I plan on incorporating early in 2022. And Oscar's dogs just give you not only a true American bully look, but they give you excellent size, man. Excellent size, good standard size. Pumbaa is actually a pocket. Mufasa, of course, is off of that. You know, R.I.P. Mufasa, one of the greatest show dogs ever. But when you keep the edge look, and these are ingredients, but it becomes a thing of let's just play a little bit and try to pull the best qualities out of each of these dogs and move forward to make the most complete dog. And what you're doing in this process, and I'm just speaking on myself now, what I'm doing in this process is the looks are pretty much the same, but I want the best qualities out of all of these dogs. You know, Pratt's dogs bring some incredible qualities. Oscar's dogs bring some incredible qualities as far as the sheer size and bone and a blockiness about them. Marco's dogs are very streamlined and pretty, very, very cheeky dogs, very, 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 very great conformation dogs that move like, you know what I'm saying, satin sheets when you're trying to freak, damn it. That's how Marco's dogs move, man. It slides your ass right off the bed. Boom, there you go. Now you're on the floor. Keep freaking, dog. Keep freaking. And you know, and my dogs have a little bit of all of that in them. So my dogs is known for movement. Denzel was definitely known for his movement when he was showing. Mandela has incredible movement for such a big dog. And you know, without getting too tight. Some of y'all might be like, well, if your dogs have these things, why are you? I don't want them to get too tight, you know. So I can go to and breed to Oscar stuff, and I won't lose conformation. I won't lose structure. I won't lose the American bully look that I like. And he adds, you know, his dogs are definitely a little bit thicker than mine, you know. And with Marco, I don't lose the look that I love. You know, the very cheeky, chiseled face, beautiful broad chest, shorter back, elegant movement. I won't even say excellent, it's elegant. You know what I mean? And then, you know, with Pratt's, you get a combination of everything. Having Nemesis and King Kamali as his base, you just get some of the best dogs that ever lived. You know. As far as conformation and balance, like they have everything. They have the heads, they have the size, they have everything, you know. So you know, you're adding in top quality ingredients, and you know, for me, over the next 5 to 6 years, you'll see that's all my pedigree. It's going to be Hall of Fame, you know, Suarez bull blood, Oscar Gomez's blood, Carlton Pratt's blood. You know, that's gonna be my thing. Blue Pride blood. Pratt's is Pratt's, you know. But you know, and really it's in a goal to make the most consistent bully that we can make and go forward. And I feel like that anybody who's getting a dog off me in the future, that's why I'm changing things with this waiting list and all that. I want to work with people. You know, as you buy the dog, I want to make sure that your purpose is the same overall. Not to say you're doing all the same breedings as me, but your purpose is to maintain this look and push forward to enhance the look, but still, you know, maintain it. And when I say enhance, I'm just talking about a little bit of a size, even greater conformation if we can get there. But you know, inside my own program, and I feel like every breeder should be that way, it has to be the same thing. We are progressing forward in the same direction, or we shouldn't be progressing together at all. You know, it's too much of this breeding shit where a lot of these breeders, they want to put a dog in your hand, but they don't want to give you any of the game. You know what I mean? They want to give you all the tools, they want to give you all the parts, but they don't want to give you the instructions on getting where you need to be. And a lot of times they want to give you the flawed parts and the flawed tools because they don't want to see you hit a level of excellence to where they feel like that you can sell dogs for as much as they do, or your quality is just as good, which is nonsense. I think every breeder who's putting something in somebody's hands should have a sense of pride that, you know what, this dog is going to be at the very least something that I can say, damn, that's a Hall of Fame dog, I'm proud of him. You know, if we're not getting there, then you're not a good breeder, you're not representing. I just put it that way. But you know, this was me sort of babbling on and giving y'all a little bit of information, but you know, think about that. You know, when you're talking to a breeder, you know, talk some direction shit. Talk about the, you know, talk about the look. Get into what, you know, you really want out of a dog. You know, to stop buying dogs from people who just tell you that shit is fire. Dig in their skull. See what they talking about with angulation, conformation. Start asking questions about the pedigrees, digging back. You know what I mean? Pop up on them and ask about the great-great-grandfather's rear end. How was his rear end assembly? You know what I mean? Do you know of any examples of when he was bred to another dog that they threw dogs with massive bone? Pick his brain. Don't let these breeders off the hook that they can just sit around and bullshit you like they know something, and all they doing is really jacking off a dog and putting it in another one and poof, hoping up, throwing it up in the air like powder, hoping for a dream, man. We ain't here for dreams, we here for results, man. And guys need to be held accountable for this bullshit they putting out. Knowledge is power, for real. Until next time, y'all, much love. Peace.